Good morning, everyone. It's Andrew with the Market Mindset. We're speaking with Northstar Gold Corp, and it's the president, CEO, and director, Brian Fowler. How are you doing today, Brian?
Great, Andrew. How are you doing?
Not too bad. It's a challenging time, but gold is looking really good, so that's very good. And of course, copper is always looking good. If anyone's got a short, medium, long-term view on copper, we know how much we desperately need that. Tell us a little bit about what's happening this short term. I know that you guys are focused on the Miller property, and you've got gold and you've got copper. These are two things people are definitely wanting to talk about.
Certainly. Well, our focus is the Miller Gold property or copper gold property. It's situated 18 kilometers southeast of Kirkland Lake. So we've got an excellent address. Up until recently, our primary focus has been the Allied Gold Zone. It's a near surface bulk tonnage gold telluride exploration target. We've got just under 10,000 meters of drilling, just around $5 million in exploration expenditures the last 3.5 years. At the Allied, we've we commissioned SRK to do a exploration target study, and they developed a range of between 250,000 and 500,000 ounces of gold, between 1.4 or one just over a gram to 2.04 grams per ton gold. So, and this is all within confines of within 150 meters of surface. So, we're clearly onto something there. And it just needs it's open and along strike and at depth, and it just requires additional drilling to make it larger. In spite of all the good news that's come out of Miller, it's been a challenge for us to generate to keep our share price and to raise capital that was required to drill it, to the extent that it requires. So we're kind of mulling over that, and then we're seeing what's going on with as you mentioned, with copper, and that's we're saying, well, hey, we've got a high-grade copper, former high-grade copper producer right on our property. It's all 100% owned. It's all part of it's in the Miller property. It's 2.5 kilometers away from Allied. So we took a look at that. We had a surface sampling program. We released results earlier this year that showed that there's a great upside with copper, a high-grade copper mineralization. So the Cam Copper was a historic producer, small producer, shaft mine, just a couple levels, 200 feet down, and they sent a couple direct shipping samples, bulk samples to Noranda, and one of them running over 12% copper, and the other one about 6.4% copper. This was in the 1948 and 1955. So this certainly has, and then it had historic drill grades, underground drill grades that were averaging in instances 12.4% copper over 2.4 meters and 23.1% copper over 1.4 meters. This is, you can see why this is direct shipping. It's incredible grades. So we thought we'd take a look at this thing. We got our hands on all the historic data, which is is excellent, and we developed a three-dimensional model of the mine with drill hole results and sampling results and mine plans and what have you. And then we developed a three-dimensional model that's on our website and is the backbone for a drill program that we undertook just commenced last week. And so we're drilling. It's a modest program, but we're focused on drilling near surface extensions and depth extensions of this high-grade copper mineralization, which it looks like it's VMS, which is or volcanogenic massive sulfide, which is very important because it's got great implications for what could be there. The old timers figured that this was an iron formation, and it was just kind of a mineralization was secondary and enriched. But from what we're seeing, we're pretty convinced that we're dealing with a VMS type target. And the Cam Copper is just in the south end of a 3.5 kilometer belt. It was historically called the Boston Creek copper belt. So it's got size. It's got strike length, and there's two other historic mines that were shafts that were sunk on the belt as well. So this all amounts to a very compelling target. It's got high grade. It's 100% owned. It's near surface. So we went. We were talking with shareholders, and we put the news out about the bulk or the samples, and got a pretty good positive response. And went to shareholders and said, okay, well, we could drill this thing, but we got to raise some capital. And so we did. We raised. We have actually oversubscribed a $500,000 financing. It took us 3 tranches, but it was a hard dollar. So and in this time, I still think it's an amazing feat, all things considered.
Oh,
so
yeah,
we
absolutely.
Yeah. So we got cashed up, and we said, okay, now we've got to drill camp. So that's what we're doing.
So is this from existing shareholders? So you kind of went to your book and said, hey, listen, guys, this is what you want to see, and this is what we've got.
It's I'd say about half existing shareholders and half new shareholders.
Good.
And we're very, very pleased with this. And I don't think there was a broker involved. Nothing against brokers, but there just wasn't.
Yes.
Because they don't seem to exist anymore. But anyways, that's really sad. But that's another story.
Yeah, they're all they're not having the time of their life right now either. But yes, to raise any kind of capital for any project, let alone a mining project, is very well done. And it's good to see the money going into the ground to test this thesis, because all it takes is some good feedback. Early on, and you get strong legs to bounce back from.
No, absolutely. No, we're very positive. We've got a few holes behind us already, and we like what we see. So no, it's we've got, and hopefully the market will see the upside potential at Camp Copper and reward our efforts and results.
Yes. Now, what kind of timeframes do you think? I mean, it's always tough with getting assays and getting results and everything, but as far as you have a lot of experience in this area and have drilled before. What if someone's saying, okay, I'm interested to see what's the time frame for results and whatnot?
Okay, well, I'll do that, even though I should know better, because every time I do it, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But like I said, we've got a few holes behind us right now. We expect to get at least a couple in. Actually, there are ones in the lab right now.
Okay.
So we hope to have, and on a rush basis, so we hope to have some results by mid-November, and be able to at least announce some preliminary results of some of the first holes shortly thereafter. So no, it's we want to keep things going. We want to keep the rig going, and to do that, we realize we need results. So we got a full court press on this, and and hopefully, like I said, we come up with enough good enough results and incentive to we'll have to raise more capital to keep drilling, but that's our plan.
Well, it's always good. We're seeing gold coming back into play now, but also a lot of funds and benchmark minerals. People are reminding people we're not, like, the amount of copper we need. Like, people are just not recognizing it. They're just not paying attention. Like, it's critical, and that is good to see. Just in general news, we're seeing that out there right now, and that over time, sooner or later, your average investor is going to pick up on and go, "We're doing this transition. Where are we getting everything from?"
Well, exactly. With this critical minerals focus, particularly, that was another driver for us doing this switch, because you get an extra 30% bonus on any kind of flow through for this, and like it's near surface. It's road accessible. It checks all the boxes. It's high grade. So I think we could just maximize investor return on this by the dollars that we raised. This last raise was hard dollars primarily. I think going forward, we'll probably have a more significant flow through component to it, and yeah, that'll just help us drill more meters and try to keep things going longer.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of alluded to it, and it goes without saying, the address, I mean, it hits every infrastructure box you need. I mean, it's, I mean, we kind of glossed over it very quickly, but I think for someone who's newer to mining is to remind them that this hits every one of those power, infrastructure, roads, you name it, everything. So they don't think, oh, is this way out in the middle somewhere out in the nowhere? Someone's not really that interested. You'd have to find something spectacular. That's certainly not the case.
No, we've got a railway line within 500 meters or so of the where we're at. There's a high power transmission line that just goes right beside Cam Copper. So road accessible. There's a lot of water, for drilling and whatnot. So and it is a historic mine site as well. So you couldn't ask for a better located exploration project, right? For sure.
Well, good luck to you. We're really looking forward to see what the results are. And it was a real pleasure speaking with you, and I look forward to catching up with you again soon.
Great. Thank you so much, Andrew. Keep well.